the recording, which is only the recording of my video and me seeing me. So then later on, we will collect all of the videos of the Bhakti Collective in a membership site area. Beautiful. So first of all, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm really excited to share this journey with you today. And first of all, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you calling in from? And secondly, what is your intention? What is your intention that you actually joined the Bhakti Collective and that you came onto this workshop today? So just go ahead and write into the chat where you're calling in from so that we can see where you're coming from, and what is your intention for both this call today as well as for joining the Bhakti Collective. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, great. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wonderful to have you all here. Okay. So let me just explain how we're going to do this. So I hope that you're all set up with a beautiful person next to you. And I'm going to guide you through a ritual. First, I'm going to explain you a couple of things, and I'm going to guide you through a ritual. And afterwards, we will have about 10 minutes of integration and of closing time where you can share your experience and ask me any questions. And the idea of this class for me today is to really give you a dive into experience. So you'll be able to create a deeper connection, not only with yourself, but also with another beautiful person. Because for most of us, or for some of us, we're in a sort of social isolation. So we can actually use this time to connect with each other more deeply, to use this time to nourish and grow relationships with people that we love, and so that we become more strongly, so that we become more powerful. And you can do this with really anyone that loves you, that you would love to share a beautiful experience with. Maybe your kids, maybe a close friend, maybe a partner, maybe a loved one. It's totally open and up to you. And it's really an opening into sensuality. So it's opening up the senses, and it really allows you to drop back, to sink in. So the nervous system starts to calm down. We can deeply rest. We can feel safe. We can experience trust again, which is so important in these days. And we experience that our mind becomes more calm and that the senses take over. And there is a deep, deep, deep recharge and nourishing of our nervous system. And you're going to experience this. So there is a question in the chat, and you can also write me any questions in the chat. Is it possible to join alone? Yes, it is possible to join alone. You will adapt this a little bit. So what you're going to do is, whenever I say, now you change with your partner, then you'll just stay with yourself, and you'll treat yourself with all of these beautiful senses. Okay, beautiful. There is more chats coming in. Beautiful. Okay, so I answered that question, I see. Just to make sure that everybody has something that they can taste, as I wrote it in the email and also in the description of the Blackboard. This could be a fruit, chocolate pudding, whatever, you choose, whatever. And you need something to smell. It could be a perfume, an essential oil, whatever you come up with, whatever has a beautiful smell, a flower, something like that. You can go ahead and be really creative. So to start, and I really want to start right away and dive in so that we can also keep the time frame. So if you're alone, you're just gonna check in with yourself, all right? And share, you can share whatever comes out for you in the chat, all right? So then I'll be your virtual partner, kind of. And if you're with a beloved person or your kid or your partner right now, go ahead and share with that person. And first, decide who's going to receive first and who's going to give first. I suggest that an older person or a female person offers first, but that's just a suggestion. You see how that works for you. All right, so go ahead and decide who is going to give first and who is going to receive first. And then receiver. So we'll take a minute each now and share. The two of you will share with each other, or if you're alone, you will share with me. So receiver, what do you desire to feel? All right, so we're going to start with the first sense, that is touch. So what do you desire to feel? Really tune in with yourself. Take a moment to breathe. Maybe you close your eyes and then start to share. Where do you feel right now you would like to be touched? Maybe you realize like, oh, I have like cramp here in my neck, or oh, it would feel so good to receive a head massage or a foot massage, or oh, I feel that my chest is heavy or my face is heavy. So there is really no restrictions. Go ahead and express whatever you really would like to receive right now in the first sense, which is touch. So I'll give you 1 minute, putting the timer. Beautiful. So now finishing your thought. And then we will switch. So giver, the person who's going to give. Share, check in with yourself, and then share with your partner or with me in the chat if you're alone. What do you desire to give? And what do you want your partner to feel in this experience? Now go ahead and share this with your partner. I'm putting the timer again on 1 minute. Yes. Finishing your thoughts, taking another deep breath. Beautiful. And then we're going to start. Thank you for the ones who write into the chat. So when you feel ready, the receiver is going to lay down and make sure that you're really, really comfortable. And then giver, start with touch. So just as your partner has shared with you, you're going to touch them in the way that they said. And you can also add something. But like honor what is requested from them, and also then follow what feels good to you, because your partner will also sense if you feel good. All right. So receiver, you can always give requests. You can give verbal confirmations like or yes, that feels good, to encourage your partner. Or you can also you can ask for something. Like if you notice like, oh, please now massage my head, or oh, now I feel like my hand would be good to touch, then you can also do that. And to the receiver, now when you start and when you're alone, I really invite you to drop in with your body sensations and to enter that beautiful state of being with your body and sensing what it would love to do, to receive. Maybe just a gentle caress, maybe you'd like to massage your shoulders, whatever really feels good, start doing that. And if you're the receiver, I invite you to take some really deep breath as you start to receive this touch or this massage and really relax into your body. And bringing your full attention to the experience of being touched, to this experience of human connection. And feel inside of your body as if you would be touched for the very, very first time. And I'll give you now some space and time to do this. I'm going to put on some music and I'll bring you back in 2 to 3 minutes. As you receive, taking some deep breath, really allowing yourself to relax into this touch. Taking some deep, full breath into your belly. Feeling your whole body, keeping your eyes closed. Yeah. And we have another 30 seconds. Taking the last couple of deep breaths. Beautiful. So both of you take some deep, full breath into your body, closing this first sensation, exploration of touch. And then start now to awaken the sense of smell. So if you're by your own, now invite yourself into the exploration of smell. And you can take that essential oil that you have, or the perfume, or even the fruit or the flower, whatever it is that you have. And remember, if you have an essential oil, you can put it just on your wrist or on your hand and rub it a bit, and then bring it underneath the nose to smell, which is much nicer than putting it somewhere on your receiver. Right? So now let's start with the smell. Breathing deeply and smelling as if it was for you for the very first time. Give yourself over to your senses, bringing your full awareness to your smell right now. I'm going to give you some music again. Enjoy diving into this experience. Really inviting yourself into this experience. Deep, full breath. Smelling, putting all of your awareness into yourself. Taking another deep breath in and out, both of us. And then we're going to switch to taste, to the sense of taste. So I invite you to take whatever fruit that you have prepared, or chocolate, or whatever it is. And if you like, you can use a fork, or if you use your hands, make sure that they are very clean. And so giver, you start to feed the receiver, and if you're on your own, you can do that very, very slowly and gently, and slow way down. And you're going to tease yourself or your receiver even a little bit. Don't give it to them right away, just allow them to have a more sensual experience, also with their lips, and slow it way down. Receivers, with your eyes closed, really allow yourself to drop into this and taste. Taste fully, like taste with everything that you've got. Taste as if it was for the very, very first time. Deep breath, feeling your whole body, and really allowing yourself to dive into the sense of tasting. Beautiful. So taking your last moments here in the taste, maybe one more piece of fruit or beautiful. And then coming to a close here, and now we're gonna bring touch back. So if you're on your own, gently start to touch yourself around your face, your head, your neck, in your hair, on your head. And if you're giving this to someone, then start to bring touch back to the head, to the face, caressing. And now bringing also awareness to the ears. So we are now opening up to the sense of hearing, of sound. And we're going to activate our sense of sound by whispering into the ears. And if you're doing this by your own, you can whisper just to yourself into the ear. And start to whisper what you really, really like about that person, what you love about that person, what you appreciate about that person. So if that person is you, really allow yourself to see the beauty that you carry. Really appreciate the praise of what you're doing good, what your qualities are. I love the warmth of my heart. I love the warmth of your heart. I love my humor. I love your humor. I love your joy, how joyful you are. Whispering those words, saying what you love about them, what you appreciate about, what you like about them. And as you do that, keep massaging, keep touching the head, the neck, the face. And have about 10 to 20 of these sentences. If you receive, really allow yourself to dive into this experience, allowing yourself to let your heart open, allowing yourself to receive those words, letting them sing, letting them nourish you. Taking the last 2 to 3 words, sentences If there is nothing new coming to you, just keep repeating, just keep repeating, just keep repeating. Gently caressing the face, the neck, the hair. Beautiful. And then slowly complete. And now in whatever position your receiver is, giver, now come close to your receiver so that when they open your eyes that you can have eye contact. So if you're sitting, for instance, sit opposite. If your receiver is laying down, you can both lay to the side. And if you're alone, I really invite you to now have a mirror in front of you, or you can just go to a mirror. Take your device with you so that you can hear the instructions, and sit yourself in front of a mirror. All right. Okay, so as soon as you are in the position, now still having the eyes closed, when you're ready, slowly both of you opening your eyes. And really, the invitation is really to see the other person now as if for the very first time. So if you're on your own, allow yourself to see those eyes, that face, that person, as if for the very first time. And you can look even more deeply into what you see, into the other person, or into what you see from yourself. You can look more deeply into what you see in the soul, what you see in the energy of that beautiful human being. Taking another deep, full breath. Allowing that to sink. And then coming to a close. So then you can thank each other. You can bow to yourself, honoring yourself, your soul, your beauty that lives within you, honoring the other person. Maybe you want to give a hug to yourself, a hug if you're with another person. Whatever feels really good for you right now. And after thanking yourself or the other person, now we go into a moment of sharing. So whether share with your receiver, your giver, or share now with me in the chat what this was like for you. Like just whatever you'd like to share right now, go ahead. I'm going to give you 1 minute. So if you received, start to share. Oh, yes. Thank you for sharing. So coming to a close, finishing the last sentence. And then go ahead and switch. So if you're with another human being, you will now switch roles. So the one who gave is now receiving, and the one who received is now giving. All right. And if you're by your own, you will receive twice. Isn't that amazing? you will enjoy the deliciousness of receiving this a second time, and you can go even deeper. All right. So again, we're going to start with a sharing. So the receiver is going to share about the first sense, touch. How do you like to feel? How do you desire to feel? And how and where do you desire to be touched during this first step? Which body parts? So go ahead, check in with yourself, share. Taking a deep full breath, completing your thought. And then giver, share with the other person or with me in the chat. What do you desire to give? Right? What do you desire to offer in this senses ritual? What would you like your partner, this other person, to feel in this experience? Go ahead and share with your partner. 1 minute, or share with me in the chat. Taking another deep breath and coming to completion. Beautiful. So just something that comes to my mind that I would love to share with the ones who are on their own. It's really, really precious that you actually write down your answers into a journal, right? So into a diary or into a journal, into a book that you write yourself. So you can also write that down into a journal, all right? And something, if you're by your own and if you want to adapt it, or if you also want to do this ritual virtually, because I'm giving you the tools here, right? So you can also do this virtually with a video call with another person. So then what you can also add is some more sounds for the sound, like this one, like a koshi or singing bowls or something that is just really, really beautiful. So if you're by your own, you can now go ahead and grab that to make your experience even more delicious. All right, so when you're ready, the receiver is laying down and the giver begin to touch in whatever way that your other person now just requested, and make sure that it feels good for you too. So make sure that if you receive and if you lay down, that you're really, really comfortable. And if you give, make sure that you're really, really comfortable. It's just like when you give a massage, the receiver always feels how the giver is. So if you're like tense or somehow, you will also transmit that. So make sure that both of you are very comfortable. Taking some deep breath. And coming into feeling, coming into sensation, allow yourself to feel the touch. If you're by your own, really allow yourself to be with that touch as if it was for the very first time. And keep your breath deep. Allow yourself to sink and to exhale. Let go of the world, let go of your mind. It will come back in a couple of minutes. Now, really put this time aside for you, for this experience in just for you. Follow the touch, really moment by moment. Follow it moment by moment, bringing all of your awareness to that touch, allowing yourself to receive it, to breathe it, to feel it, diving fully into it. Remember, you can give any requests or feedback, saying yes, that feels good, or saying, oh, it would be so lovely to also be touched or massaged here or there. Allowing yourself to receive. Beautiful, and then coming to closure here with this first sense. And giver, now start to awaken your receiver's sense of smelling. So take that essential oil, take that perfume, the flower, the fruit, whatever it is that you have. And remember, just as I explained before, you can put some drops onto the wrist or the palm of your hand, rubbing it and then bringing it under the nose, going further away, coming closer, playing with that sense of smell. Really, if you're receiving, and even if you're by your own, really allowing yourself to sink in, taking a breath, diving into smelling as if it was for the very first time. Giving yourself over to your senses, full awareness to your smell of senses right now, as if for the very first time. Hmm. And transitioning now into taste. So give or take that fruit, that chocolate, that cookie, that whatever it is that you have to feed, whatever it is that you prepared, with clean hands or a fork or a spoon, you're now going to first tease your lips a bit, starting to really awaken your mouth, your lips, your saliva, that sense of tasting, and slow way down. Remember to do it even slower and even slower and even slower. And slowly, as a giver, deliciously start to feed your receiver. Really having that nourishing aspect, just like a mother gives love to her child. And receiver, really bring your whole awareness to the taste, as if tasting for the very first time, so that you're so filled by every bite, by every chew that you do. Taking the last bite or piece of food. And then give or come again closer to your receiver. And if you're by your own, do this to yourself. And invite touch again. So touching your face, touching your head, massaging your hair, your neck, your ears, covering your ears. And awakening the sense of hearing, of sounding. You can even use some instruments. And also your voice, and keep the touch constantly there so that the touch is always there. There is always a touch connection. And then starting to whisper to yourself if you're by your own, or to the other person into their ear. And start to whisper words of beauty, sharing what you like, what you appreciate, what you love about them. Saying, I love your spark, I love your fire, I love how you radiate, I love whatever it is, whatever it is, whatever it is. So you probably know that person very well, if it's whether you're a child, your partner, a dear friend. Share something about that. And if you do this for your own, this is one of the most potent practices to really allowing yourself to praise yourself, to worship and appreciate yourself, saying things that you like about yourself, really practicing, really practicing. And if it's hard for you, just practice. Allowing yourself to say, I'm enough, I'm lovable, I love my heart, I love how I care for other people. And keep repeating those sentences constantly. It's like a loop. You keep repeating those sentences. Whenever new sentences come to your head, add them and stay with the touch. Stay with the caress. Beautiful. And then coming to completion. So now, if you're by your own, come in front of a mirror, look yourself into a mirror. And if you're with another person, then still with your eyes closed, don't mess up the surprise, still with your eyes closed, come close to the other person. So if you're lying, you can lie next to each other, opposite to each other, in a way that your faces are facing, because in a moment we're going to open our eyes. Okay, so come into that position. If you're in front of the mirror, just close your eyes again. And then when you're ready, go ahead and start to open your eyes. And allowing yourself to take that being that you see in, opening up to that being. And see them as if you see them for the very first time. Really look into their eyes, deeper than you've ever looked before. Keeping that connection, allowing yourself to see. Taking another deep breath and then thanking that being, expressing your gratefulness, your appreciation, maybe hugging yourself, hugging another being. It's so delicious and good to hug ourselves, or just bowing in honor to the soul, to the other person. And then once that you've done that, we'll do 1 minute of sharing, just again. And this time what we're going to do is what we call a recap. So this is something new now. So both of you will share after each other. If you're by your own, share with me, write it in the chat, okay? And so what you will share is, what was your experience? What was your experience in this ritual? And what did you learn from this? What did you receive from this? All right? So let's share. I'm gonna put the timer again. Write it, tune in with yourself, write it into the chat or share it with the other person. What was your experience? What did you learn from this? What did you receive from this? Person 1. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm reading what you're writing in the chat. Mm. Beautiful. So once that you've completed, let me know in the chat so we can swap. Mm-hmm. Great. And now change. So if you're with another person, the other person is sharing 1 minute. What was your experience? What did you learn? What did you receive? Mm. Mm. Beautiful. Beautiful. So finishing your last words. Mm. So yeah, I'd love for you to remember what this is doing to you and how beautiful it can be to quiet our minds, to drop in, to really support each other. And what this ritual does goes really deep. It re-imprints our mind on a very, very deep level, on a somatic level, so that we again experience that we are loved and that we're supported by ourselves and by others. And that really allows us to forget how our day was or previous events in the past that weren't loving. This process really changes that game, and it also helps. Plus, it really allows us to create this connection of a sacred space with ourselves and with another person. So we are safe. We are safe from this chaos in the world. We are safe from the pain in the world and whatever's going on in the outside. And you can really dive into that beautiful bubble of that sacred space. You can dive into that bubble of peace and harmony. So as I really close all of the events in the Bhakti Collective, I ask for us to take 1 minute for prayers of peace, so that we really become this lighthouse of sending that centeredness and connection within us outside to the world, because I do believe that that makes a great difference. And that's what I've learned and studied so much in India, in the ashrams and in Asia. And the peace mantra is called Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. So I'm gonna sing this 9 times. If you know it, you can join me. It means may all beings in all the worlds be happy and peaceful. And if this doesn't resonate, or if you don't have any connection to that, I invite you to simply send out your positive thoughts, ideas to people whom you love and where you know that they need it, but staying in that center, in that energy that you are right now, and just becoming radiant with that energy. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and do this. Om Lokha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Beautiful. So I'd love to hear from you how this impacted you. So you can write and share it in the chat. And I really invite you, if you now actually reached a point of more peace and harmony, keep it. It's so precious. Like, try to stay with that feeling for the next minutes or hours. Maybe you want to write journal, or just go into nature if you can, or making yourself a cup of tea, sipping it very slowly, really keeping that feeling inside of you alive, allowing it to sink. And I personally would like to invite you to come tomorrow again, joining us tomorrow morning, 8:30 European time, for a beautiful meditation with Verena. It's a heart-centered meditation, half an hour. And as all of the events that I am and we're offering at the Bhakti Collective, it's really changing a lot. It's going to change us all on a subtle level, and you will learn so many more tools that you can use again and again and again in your life. It's really our offering to create this with you, and to also empower you and as many people as we can, and to share that wisdom that we have collected in our path. So also you will meet other new facilitators, and I just want to give you a short preview what is coming up within the next days. This connection that we had now in the call is not over yet, so you can hop over to our Facebook group. I created a Facebook group so that you can actually, find people again who were on this call, or ask questions or change. So it's really like as if you were in the yoga studio or somewhere in the event, in the dance, or somewhere in the workshop, and then you go out and this is the coffee area, right? So I wanted to create that space to chat and to meet and to interact. So this is the Facebook group. It's also there in your emails. You can go there to connect and inspire. All right, so next week, so tomorrow coming up is the heart-centered meditation with Verena, who is actually right now in India in a yoga ashram, which is incredible. And she will be calling in from there. I'm also going to be there on the call, saying hi and goodbye. And then Monday, we have another beautiful meditation with Govinda. He is another beautiful, beautiful yogi practitioner and friend who has so much loving kindness. Maybe some of you have already experienced his meditation last Monday. It's always on Monday, 8:30. It's Anapanasati meditation, a mindfulness approach that really goes into this loving kindness. So beautiful. And then really special, really, really special, coming up next week. On Tuesday, I'm going to host a dance party, a dance party and heart-to-heart connection communication. The dance is going to be so much fun, and the heart-to-heart communication tools are so precious. So you can again use them. That's going to be really beautiful. And if you have enjoyed this event, you will love what is coming up next Friday, which is one of my most favorite things. I mean, this one is already one of my most favorite things, but I'm also holding cacao ceremonies, and together with my beautiful friend and musician Ara, who is from right now in Saudi Arabia, and we've done many dance and music projects together in India, and we will create a virtual cacao ritual and sound healing journey, and I am so excited to share that with you. It's really something special. So we are really making up and creating that experience for you. Very excited. And the next Saturday again is meditation with Verena, 8:30 in the morning. All right, beautiful. So I hope you're all excited about this. and yes, now please, if you'd like to give me some feedback, you can share it in the chat, and I'm always really, really happy to read from you. Putting all of this together has been a lot more work than I thought. I'm spending most of my weeks and times now creating the emails and everything. So whenever I hear from someone that they enjoyed it and that they received really a lot from it, this is so beautiful, because this is really what is my intention. All right. So, yes, with these words, I thank you for joining. I hope to see you tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to hear from you. And you can again hop into the Facebook group if you want to keep on chatting. I'm leaving this chat here open, even now that my video is cut. So if you want to start a conversation with the other participants, you can do so now. All right. So sending you lots of love. And thank you for joining. Thank you for creating this together.